Hi everyone at hashtag B1LessNews and hashtag CDC Whistleblower. This is TAD Tips, Trends, and Tips 140. So it will be available at tinyurl.com/TADTips140. I'm here with Timothy Welsh at Tanner's Dad. So don't even say hi, just shut up already. I'm already sick of you. Okay, my husband just walked in to do something, so hopefully he won't make too much noise. I'm going to put my headset. Okay, Tim, why don't you say hi while I put my headset in?
Hello, everybody.
That's all he gets to say. That's it. That's all you get to say.
Today is National Day of Prayer.
Oh, okay. What does that mean?
That we should be praying for our freedom and our health regained and freedom retained.
Right. Okay, enough of that. No, I'm teasing. I barely listened to you because I was looking at other stuff. Okay. Yesterday's TAD Tips 139 was about getting over to @CESDave, scrolling to the bottom of her memes, and starting to recycle them so that we get them back into the cumulative psyche of understanding what's going on in the world of vaccine reality.
Maybe you should tell us exactly how you got to that page of montage of pictures.
I went to Twitter. I typed in @CESDave. I typed in her photo. I don't want to go backwards because then I will lose my spot. Well, actually, let me do this. So this is the mine. I'm going to go up here. I'll just do it. I'm going to go @CESDave, my little buddy here, who we invited, but she's pulling us off. And now I'm going to go to the photos and videos page. And what I did is I set it up as a grid somehow. I'm not sure how I did, but and I just started scrolling through them. So that's where I am now, Bossy Pants. Okay. So first of all, thank you so much, Deanne Cox, to Jennifer Bengi, to Candace Estave, who did a beautiful job yesterday of repopulating that thread. Because what we're finding is now that we have all these new people, new to us, having everyone I hang out with has done this decades, new to the battle of people really having access to vaccine reality information, what's really going on, is that they're finding stuff for the first time that we found months and months and months ago that we found it on Twitter when people created these memes with these tiny URLs that then we made B1Less.com a collection. Sorry, someone's bugging me on Facebook. Sorry. Made it a collection of tiny URLs in one place. So our goal is that you can realize that rather than tweeting these naked links that kind of go nowhere, you can go to @CESDave and go backwards and see that there is so much depth to. Sorry, someone's just pinging the bejeebus out of me. Hi, Andrea. Okay, that there's just tons and tons of these visuals that appear. This is back in January. So tons and tons. What you need, you will find at CESDave if you go back into her vault of visuals. All she ever did was focus on gathering memes that she found out on Twitter and putting them all in one place. So this is just the mother lode of memes and resources. Like this one.
Every time you open one up big, for those that are on a small phone, could you read the tiny URL just so that we could have that in our memory?
Okay, Tim, you just had to start one on one that doesn't have a tiny URL. You just had to be that guy, didn't you?
Well, it's got a hashtag or an anchor point too. So
well,
that one goes back to Hear This Well, CDC Whistleblower. which is good anchors for that. That's a
And this is a Wyeth internal correspondence that I have seen a tiny URL for. I just can't remember what it is. But let's go to one that's easier. So this is nurses. It says, quote, 1/3 of nurses are leaving their jobs and losing faith in vaccines.
Well,
And
then you go to one that's got tinyurl.com/losing faith in vaccines. That's as big as the whole meme.
Tim and I have been going back and forth this morning. Can you tell? Because we always do this prep time in the morning, which we should probably do like Periscope pre-tad tips, as if anybody cares. Okay, so let's look at this one right here. This is tinyurl.com/reforming vaccine law. The voluntary consent of the human subject is absolutely essential. That's the Nuremberg Code. So she has put the tiny URL in her tweet. So we're going to go to that tiny URL. And this is the, I believe, NVIC. Let me just see who this is. This is a brilliantly laid out. I'm sorry. I'm just going to the end here to see. I think this is NVIC. If I look at these references, it's NVIC.org. So we've been recreating the wheel on all of this stuff. I don't think I've even seen this document referenced, even when we hit judicial. And it's all right here. So we are busy recreating the wheel in a way that I would like to stop. This is the meme for that. This is the tiny URL for that. Let's go back. People chasing Merck money.
We know the rule is content is king, but there's a secondary part to content is king. We've made the motherlode of content, but we don't have the best way of organizing it or getting it back out there or keeping track of it. So as an action step, anybody that wants to help us as far as catalog, organizing, putting things in order so it's easier to find on the meme side of things, that would be great. We've done it on the link side with beoneless.com where you can go through and look at the links, but it would be nice to have it on the visual side too.
And one thing we did try was creating, like for this right here, I can take this Twitter thing, tinyurl.com, and I can go here, and I could start with the word meme, which is not very common, Merck money. So I'm going to make it meme Merck money. I'm just going to use the exact same phrase for the tiny URL, but I'm going to put the word meme in front of it. And this is going to be a hard link to, that didn't work. So we need to figure some things out, obviously. Why didn't that work, though, while we're just troubleshooting here? Is that it just thought, and it took me all the way back to the beginning of her meme.
It automatically does the slash, right?
No, it did everything right. It's just that I think when I cut and pasted the place for that meme, it somehow, like, let's try this one. If we go to this one, it doesn't have the Twitter handle. The URL takes me her whole photos page instead of giving me just this one. So I'm not sure how to go around that. Unless I retweet it, and then can I cop? No, I don't know. We got to figure that out. That's definitely a job for somebody. So now let's go through a few things. You found this one out there. This is a pretty rare until yours, which is the reality. Is that everybody says it's so rare, it's excruciating, never happens rare. Well, the reality is that rare is yours when it's yours, and you don't know it's yours until it happens, and then it's too late, and you're stuck with whatever the ramifications of that are, and they've admitted publicly they have absolutely no way to predict who that rare might be. So that explains it very well at tinyurl.com/TMRrare. So now let's go to, we're back at CES, Dave. This nacho thing is rearing its ugly head. Tons and tons of research on that, which this is that Merck money one, reforming law. This one right here is at tinyurl.com/vaxpushers for anybody looking into the money behind all of this. This is the mother lode of a nonprofit that's funded by our government. And when you look at these dates and you look at what they're trying to do, again, this is tinyurl.com/vaxpushers. It is sick and twisted. Like right here, client-held parent paper immunization records. The task force finding. The community preventive task force finds insufficient evidence to determine the effectiveness of client-held paper immunization records in increasing vaccination rates. Intervention, it's just their goal is to constantly. It's just crazy. I'm all over the place now. What is this? And NACCHO, it all goes back to NACCHO, which is this National Association of County and City Health Officials, which is funded by the CDC, which then funds the Community Preventative Services Task Force, which is, again, this document. So, there you go, Tim.
And the exclamation point on that is the fact that federal government should not be using federal money to influence state politics. It's
illegal. It is illegal.
That's the exclamation point I was getting to.
Yeah. So
I'm not as fast as you.
Well, so our federal government is not allowed legally to influence state politics or state policy. So what they do is they funnel through these nonprofits, through the RAND Corporation, through this corporation, all this money through NACCHO, and then it becomes this multi-billion-dollar marketing arm of Big Pharma that then ends up mandating vaccines that is completely illegal at its base. Okay, let's go over Twitter really fast. What else do we, one thing I noticed was that when you go to SB277 all by itself, not that I want to drop the hashtag mine because we have plans for that hashtag, so keep using it, but it's rock solid just on hashtag SB277 now too. There's just no...
You skipped over one of my favorite memes.
Which one's that?
The Play 60 one that was up there.
Which one?
With the 54% talking about the first ladies.
Okay. Okay, I need to go now. I'm out of time. My son is sick. My caretaker's sick, so I gotta go. So we will see you on Twitter. Hashtag SB277, hashtag mine. Thank you so much. Again, we can't stress enough. If you will go to the beginning of at CES Dave, just scroll through her photos and start retweeting from there with hashtag SB277, hashtag mine. That's the most powerful thing we can do right now. See you on Twitter.